Hi, this is meant to be a refresher on Performance Matters, but if you're unfamiliar with the software, it will also work as a crash course. If you have any questions regarding Performance Matters following the presentation, I'll be happy to continue assisting you. Here is what we're setting out to cover. We'll start by going over the traditional test and answer sheet usage. Then we'll address the online assessment portion of Performance Matters, which was new to me this year. And lastly, we'll be looking at pulling data from these assessments. If you're brand new to Performance Matters, you need to know that you find it at the Employer Portal. You'll want to navigate to the Apps Services Site portion of the Employer Portal. That link is found near the top. You can see where it has an arrow pointing to it. Once you're at the Apps Services Sites portion of the Employer Portal, you're going to need to scroll down. There are two scroll bars, one for the page and one for the apps. All the apps are listed alphabetically, so you'll find Performance Matters Testing Platform about 2/3 of the way down the menu. It is circled here. There is a little star there. If you click on that star, Performance Matters will always appear at the bottom of the Employee Portal page. Now that we're at Performance Matters, let's first look at locating tests and answer sheets. This is the landing page for Performance Matters. As long as you are in Performance Matters, the blue banner will remain at the top of the page, and immediately beneath it are your navigation links. Those links, items, tests, and reports will always be there also. This allows you to navigate to any part of Performance Matters from wherever you are in the platform. To get to a test or answer sheet, you click on Tests. Doing so will open up a menu, and from there you want to select Test Center. This is the Test Center, and this is where you'll find all the tests that you've been granted access to. You can filter the tests by topic, you can filter them by grade level, or you can do it by both at the same time. Once you have found the test that you're looking for, you want to click on the ellipsis for that test. That will open up a menu. If you need to download the test yourself, you can do so there, and it'll download a PDF. Just click on Download Test. But when you need the answer sheets, you want to click on Release Online/Paper-Based. Once you click on that Release option, you need to select which students you wish to assign the test to. Now be careful with this. It will have all of your students there. So for instance, I might be wanting to do a test of my second grade reading, but because I also do second grade interventions, those intervention students will also appear on this list. I might not want to be the one giving that test to them, so you want to make sure you click on only the students that you want to give the test to. And once you select those students, you want to select the pre-slugged sheets. Those come with the students' information already completed on the answer sheet, so they don't need to bubble in their names, their ID numbers. Everything is there, and it's all set for them to do. When you click on the pre-slugged sheets button, you're going to download a PDF file. That file typically will appear at the bottom left corner of your screen, but that might depend on what browser you're using and what your settings are. But you'll see it pop up, and all you have to do is click on that, and that will open up the answer sheets for you. And here is an answer sheet. It opens up as a PDF. You can either use Adobe Acrobat if you have it installed. If you don't have that installed, it'll open up in any web page, and you can just print it directly from there. Check your printer settings. You don't want to print on two-sided. You need everyone to get their own answer sheet, and you want to make sure it is a single-side print. After you are completed your assessment, you need to scan those answer sheets so you can get the data from them. Unfortunately, right now there is a technical difficulty with scanning the tests, or actually what I should say, there's a technical difficulty with uploading the answer sheets. We can scan them, you can save them, but there's something wrong with the handshake between our computers and the Performance Matters platform. Generally speaking, you're going to use the Windows Fax and Scan application to scan all your files. You'll save the file using this nomenclature, the 5421 underscore homeroom underscore test, so unit 1 week 5, topic 3, underscore, this is date and time information. All those numbers there, that's October 22nd, 2020 at 11:31. And that way, if there's an issue with any of your scans, you can go back, well, Mr. Brew can go back and help you locate that scan and resolve any issues. Once it is saved, you'll upload the files to Performance Matters. And because of the difficulties right now, I'm not going to go through the whole process in case there's a change to it. So once everything is resolved, we'll come back and address that. With Performance Matters, we also have the ability to do online testing. So we're going to take a look at that. This was new to me this year, so I had to figure this out at the beginning of the year when we were all doing virtual. Some of us still are. Some of us might be leery of passing out papers back and forth, so this remains a valid option for anyone interested in it. A lot of these steps are the same as what we did for the bubble sheets. We're going to start at the home page. Remember, you don't have to be there. All you need to do is be anywhere and click on Tests at the top. So you'll click on Tests, and that will open up the menu we saw earlier. You will want to go to the Test Center again. Like before, you're going to want to select the test you're working with. Don't forget to filter by type and by grade level. This year there seem to be a whole lot more tests available for us to look at, so filter it so you can get to the one you want faster. You will once again click on the ellipsis, which will open up a new menu. All right, so there's the new menu. And from there, we're going to once again click on the Release Online Paper-Based option. Like before, make sure you select only the students you wish to give the assignment to. And the only thing you're going to do different is instead of clicking on pre-slugged sheets, you're going to simply click on Release. Now notice here that says unassigned next to all of those names. When you click on Release, you'll see that's changed to a star. And that star means the test has been assigned to them and they can find it when they log in to the online assessments from their student portal. While most of the scoring is done for you, there are still those question types that require manual scoring, even on the online assessments. To enter those manual scores, you want to click on the test icon again, and this time you want to go to online scoring. This will open up a new window, or it'll take you to another part of the web page where you need to select the test. You're not going to have all the options you have when you want to assign the test. It's only going to have the options of the test you have already assigned. So it's a much shorter list, so you don't need to filter it. It's only going to have 3 or 4 tests in there for you to look at. While you can score it by student, so you go, okay, this is student A, and I'll need to score questions 4, 5, and 7. I find it easier to do it score by item. That way, okay, I'm answering, or I'm scoring number 4 for everyone. So I'm looking at the one rubric, I'm looking at the one answer, and then I move on to the next item. So you'll notice that all it is a pull-down menu where you put the assigned score that it has earned. Off to the right, you will see both the question and the student response. So you can score it right there. It is all submitted online, so even the written responses, they just type in so you can read it, and you just assign the points to it. So now that all the reports have either been scanned or all the scores have been manually entered, we're ready to look at the data. So we want to look at our reports. As you would expect, you're going to click on the Reports section from the navigation links at the top. That will open up a little pull-down menu, and the most frequent report I use is the student item analysis. That gives me the details on a specific test, and it lets me know the scores, lets me know what they missed, and lets me know what they got right, and it is the report I use the most. All right, so when you click on the student item analysis, you then need to select which test you want to look at, and you'll see this report pop up. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is in this red rectangle here. These are all the scores for the students on your test. It gives you a class average right away. It also lets you know how each individual student did. It is color coded. Green, of course, is they have mastered that test. You can have yellow or red. The portion I've noted here is that's showing you how your class compares both to other students in the school and students in the district. It gives you a little idea of where you're ranking. You get a feel for, are you on par with everyone, or do you need to go back and look at something? And then here are all the answers for the questions from the assessment. So it lets you know whether they got it right or wrong. Of course, the green boxes are right, the red boxes were incorrect. So you know what the correct answer is, and you also see what the wrong answers that people put in there. Now, this is my first grade class, so I only have a few students, but if you had a larger class, then you're going to see, oh, what a lot of people put C as the wrong answer. So what is that C answer? What was that distractor? So we can go back and address why people are picking C instead of the correct answer. And that's what the item analysis really does. It allows you to see the full responses, both what they are correct and if there's any patterns to their mistakes. There are other reports available, the baseball card report and the student detail report. Those are actually the same report. I don't know why they're there twice, but when you click on it, it gives you a snapshot of the child, of the individual student. Right now, there's only 1 or 2 tests in there, but when you have a larger selection to look at, you can go through and see all their math standards, and it'll show you where they're having trouble with, or their reading standards, where they're having trouble with. It also will have testing data like the SAT or FSA data there, and it's just like if we collected baseball cards. On the back it had all the stats for the baseball player. Here, this is giving you all the stats for your student, and you can take a look at that. Again, that's something that's more useful the more tests you have administered. Right now, you only have 1 or 2 tests there. You're not going to get a really full picture. Come back in January, you can go ahead and see a better idea of how your student is doing. Again, so this is just a brief overview of Performance Matters. If you have any questions still, or if there's something that I didn't address that you just want to know more about, let me know. We'll talk about it. Once you get a little familiar with Performance Matters, everything else kind of falls into place. The more you use it, the easier it gets. And once you know what it's capable of, it's pretty user-friendly as far as finding what it is you want. But I'll be happy to answer any other questions you have regarding Performance Matters, or if necessary, do a follow-up video like this. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day.